Alright, so in this lesson, we're going to be covering some of my personal favorite niches. Here's exactly what we're going to be covering in this lesson. First of all, I'm going to talk about why following your passion is important, or at least something that you have a vague interest in. And then I'm going to go over my criteria for a great niche. And then I'm going to share with you some of my personal favorite niches on YouTube. So first, let's talk about why following your passion is important. So if you're interested in a topic, you're much more likely to stick with it long enough to get success on YouTube. See, most people don't get success on YouTube after uploading only 10 videos on the platform. For some people, it might take 30 videos. For others, it might take 60 for one of them to take off and for your channel to be an operating business. Now, if you're actually interested in the topic that the channel is in, you're much more likely to stick with it long enough to get success. Now, if you're running like an outsourceable channel or a niche channel where you don't show your face or anything like that, it still really helps to be interested in the subject of that niche channel. So I don't really recommend choosing a niche just based off of if it has a good CPM or just based off of if it has really low competition and a lot of people are searching for that niche. It really helps to actually be interested in the niche as well. And in giving you all of these different niches that I'm giving you in this module, and especially in this lesson, sharing with you some of my personal favorite niches, I really don't want to influence your decision if you're already interested in what might already be a good niche. So if you have niches that you are interested in, then I highly recommend writing down 10 things that you're interested in. Now, this can be your hobbies, interests that you have, your job, whatever it happens to be. I recommend just writing down 10 things that you're interested in. At this point, it doesn't matter if there's even a market for these things that you're interested in. These are just some ideas. And if you have no interest at all and you just want some ideas, that's what this lesson is for. This lesson isn't by any means to tell you you have to do this niche or this niche. This is just to tell you some of my personal favorite niches, and I'm going to be going over the criteria for these niches in just a second. But remember that that's what this lesson is for, just to give you some ideas. But I highly recommend writing down a list of 10 things you are interested in, or if you can't think of anything right now, this will help give you some ideas, and then maybe you'll find some interest in all of these different ideas that I'm giving you, both in this lesson and in the future lessons, where I'm going to be giving you a list of over 100 plus profitable niches, plus tons and tons and tons of example channels in these niches. So you're going to want a list of at least 10 niche ideas, and whether these come from interests that you actually have or from some of the ideas that I'm going to be giving you, they can be a mix of both as well. There might be a couple things you're interested in, and there might be a couple things that you see on this list that you might be interested running a channel in as well. And then we're going to narrow down the list that you have by doing market research and then coming to a final decision and choosing your niche. So now let's go over my criteria for a great niche. So first of all, the niche must be evergreen, meaning that it doesn't only depend on trending topics. See, there's certain niches on YouTube, certain video games per se, or certain things that trend, or seasonal things that trend during holidays, and anything trending, I really don't want to make a channel solely based off of that trending subject. Now, we might take advantage of opportunities to produce content on trending topics, but we really don't want that to be a main focus of the channel. The main focus should definitely be evergreen, and it should be in an evergreen niche. And it also, one of my criteria is that it must have a lot of interest. A lot of people must be searching for this every month. There must be already popular videos in the niche. Now, this means videos with over 100,000 views. At least that's typically what I like to look for. And it must also have a good CPM, meaning that when we monetize with AdSense, we must be able to make a good amount per 1,000 views in the niche. And also, they must be monetizable outside of just AdSense, whether that be affiliate marketing, selling your own products, whatever it might happen to be. And I'm going to be covering a ton of that in the monetization module of this program, but it must be monetizable outside of just AdSense. And also, it must have a lot of sub niches, meaning that it's not only the one big niche, for example, the health niche, and there's so many different sub niches like losing weight, gaining muscle, jumping higher, running longer, whatever it might happen to be, swimming. I mean, there's so many different sub niches within the health niche, but that's just one example. And one of my criteria is that it must have a lot of sub niches to be able to research a bunch of these different sub niches and really try to understand the market that doesn't have too much competition, but there is still a lot of interest, and we find videos with, like I said, with over 100,000 views. And there's some decent sized channels as well. Now, there doesn't have to be big channels in the niche either, really. I mean, as long as there's big videos in the niche that have gone up somewhat recently and it is an evergreen topic, then many times you can take a niche that there's not many big channels in the niche because there's not many channels producing consistent content on this particular subject. But you see that there's multiple videos uploaded to YouTube that have a lot of views in that particular subject, and then you make a whole channel based on just that subject. That's how I've grown channels to huge amounts of subscribers, trying to find gaps in the market for channels, not necessarily gaps in terms of videos. I mean, there's plenty of videos out there, but we make a whole channel based on that niche. That can be very profitable. So now let's go over my personal favorite niches. So one of my personal favorite niches is the make money online niche. And as you can see, we have the example channel right there. And then also on the bottom next to me right here, as you can see, I put a potential monetization method as well. Now, one of the reasons the make money online niche is one of my personal favorite niches is that it meets all of that criteria that we just went over. And also there's tons of different sub niches within the make money online niche. The CPMs are insanely high. And it's very, very, very easy to monetize with alternative sources. And the example alternative source that I gave right next to me right here is through affiliate marketing. And that's actually this program right here. If you wanted to be an affiliate for this program, you could potentially promote it and make 50% of every single sale that you give. Now, it doesn't have to be just my program. That's just an example, but you could promote so many different digital products in which there's a very high amount of profit that you make per sale on those digital products. So whatever the digital product happens to be from marketplaces like ClickBank or Digistore24. This one, for example, as you can see next to me, this is from Digistore24, which is what my program is hosted on right now. And then we have the health niche, also very high CPM, tons of different sub niches. I know I briefly mentioned this niche as well. And the example channel right there is that channel Natural Cures. And monetization is almost endless with this niche, whether it be supplements, whether it be diet plans, whether it be referring people to personal trainers and getting an affiliate commission off of that, whether it be promoting ClickBank products. That's the example I gave right there on the monetization next to me right here. I gave the example of promoting ClickBank products. ClickBank has a ton of different health products, and in particular digital products, meaning you'll make a lot more per sale because you don't have to deal with like the people having to pay for shipping and handling and all that kind of stuff that goes into physical products. You don't have to pay for fulfillment really because people just get their course or ebook instantly delivered to them. And then we have the psychology niche right here. Now, the psychology niche is a very overarching niche, and it can encompass a lot of things. It can encompass relationships and dating. It can encompass depression. And there's so many different sub-niches within the psychology niche, whether it be mental health or therapy or whatever it might be, dealing with narcissism or other personality disorders or whatnot. The psychology niche is very big, and there's tons of big channels in so many different of these sub niches. And there's so many different sub niches without channels based around them that you could potentially make a channel as well. And for the example for monetization right there, I put also some more ClickBank products. They have a mental health section right there on ClickBank. Or you could promote Amazon books that deal with certain psychological things as well. And there's so many different things. And primarily on ClickBank right there in the mental health thing, it's mostly stuff that deals with like relationships and stuff like that. But this can be a very big niche. And the example channel I gave was Brainy Dose for the psychology niche. And the next niche is the technology niche. Now, the example channel we have there is Future Tech, mostly just talking about new modern gadgets and technology that's coming out. And there's so many different sub niches, whether in the technology niche, whether it be future technology, whether it be bike technology, whether it be transportation technology, just electric vehicles. Like, these are just off at the top of my head. And after doing keyword research in this niche, if you're interested in running a channel in the technology niche, it could potentially be very lucrative. Now, for monetization, I gave the example right here next to me right here of the Amazon Associates program, in which you can promote Amazon products, namely the ones that you're showing in your videos. And a great example channel as well, I think it's called Top 10 Zone, and they've just basically produced videos like the top 10 best Amazon laptops, the top 10 best Amazon folding bikes, and all this kind of stuff. A lot of these videos get a ton of views, and the best part is that a lot of these are like higher ticket items when it comes to like electric vehicles or bikes or stuff like that. And then they're able to put their Amazon affiliate link to those products in the description, and every single time someone clicks that and buys it, they get a commission for every single sale. Now, this is going to be less per sale than if you were to be selling digital products, which typically have a bigger, higher margin. A lot of digital products also have upsells as well, so you can potentially make recurring money out the back end. But that's just a couple things to consider when it comes to the technology niche. Still a very great niche in my opinion, and there's so many different sub niches as well. The next niche we have here is the pet niche. Now, I know when most people think about the pet niche, they think about dogs and cats, but there's so many different sub niches in the pet niche, whether it be lizards or snakes or even some unconventional pets in which there might not be a channel based around them, like birds, or there's so many different pet species out there and different breeds of pets as well. Different breeds of dogs, different breeds of cats, different types of birds. There's so many different possibilities in the pet niche. And the example channel right there is that channel Smart Dog Lover, but some other channels that I can think of off the top of my head are Animal Facts, and I think there's one called Animalpedia, and I think there's one called Animal Wise, which is very big as well. And the pet niche can be really good, not only because it's a very decent CPM due to so many different pet companies advertising, and namely companies advertising on more conventional pets like dogs and cats. However, I'm sure they also do target keywords like pets in general. So this can be a very high CPM niche, and especially if you're one of the only content creators uploading content in a very specific niche, like a very specific type of pet. You don't want to go too specific, but this is just some ideas. And then also, in terms of monetization, you can also monetize via digital products for the pets, whether that be a course on how to train dogs from ClickBank, like I gave the example right here, or whether that be a course on how to get cats to stop tearing up your furniture. I think there's literally a course on ClickBank that teaches how to do that. You can make a whole channel based around that, which is crazy. And there's so many different opportunities within the pet niche, and I really do think it's a great niche and one of my personal favorites. Now, the pet niche can also go to encompass the animal niche as well. You're not going to see it as high of CPMs if you make videos about the top 10 fastest animals and stuff like that. But if you focus really just on pets, like comparing different dog breeds against each other and stuff like that, you can have a very high CPM. And there's so many different sub niches as well, due to the fact that there's so many different breeds of dogs or cats or whatever animal you're going to be taking a look at. And then we also have the finance niche right here. The finance niche is one of my personal favorites due to the fact that you can talk about so many different types of things like investing or taxes or business in general or economics. The finance niche is huge. CPMs are just absolutely insane. You can also talk about like how to save money, how to invest in your 20s, how to invest in your 50s, and so on. So many different possibilities in the finance niche. And for monetization, I gave the example right here of a program called Webull. And Webull is an investing platform in which people can invest. And one of their biggest successes with that platform was actually getting influencers to sign up for the affiliate program. So a monetization possibility would be for you as a channel owner to sign up for the Webull influencer program and then promote that link in the description. And it's really a no-brainer for a lot of people as well, because the people who click that link also get 2 free stocks, and then every single stock they buy in the future, I believe you get a percentage of that, which is amazing, and you could potentially make a lot of money through that affiliate program. And CPMs are really high. You could also sell courses. You could also promote courses or other digital products in the finance space. And you could also even refer people to different insurance providers or different tax professionals and make an insane amount of money doing that as well. Obviously, you'd have to find people who are willing to offer an affiliate program for that type of thing, but you could potentially make a lot of money doing that. So now let's talk about how you can find more good niches. A really great way of finding great niches is to go onto affiliate marketplaces like ClickBank and Digistore24 and to see what categories they have and what some of their top selling products are. Now, usually there's a lot of demand for these different categories and for some of the top products on big affiliate marketplaces like this. And there's other affiliate marketplaces too, like ShareASale, I think, and there's so many different others out there. You can take a look at that. I'm also going to be giving you a list of some of the top affiliate networks as well in this program later in the monetization module. But usually there's a lot of demand for these. And the best of all is that it's monetizable outside of just AdSense, because you can promote these programs or make your own program and so on. But if you go on big affiliate marketplaces like this, see what some of the top selling products are, there's probably a lot of demand for these types of products, and you could potentially make whole channels around just a single product on here and just promote it like crazy in the descriptions, pinned comments, and everything in your YouTube videos. And you could also make a whole channel around just a category and so on. And sub niches of a lot of these top categories are really good as well. Categories like health, wealth, and happiness are what I like to refer to as the big three when it comes to niches. And happiness, you might be wondering, like, what exactly is happiness? Because health is kind of self-explanatory, so many different sub niches within that. Wealth, how to make money online, finance, and so on. But happiness can also relate to psychology, which is one of the reasons that the psychology niche and all the different sub niches within it is one of my personal favorite niches as well. So sub niches of any of these separate niches are typically very good as well. So if you're looking to find more good niches, really just think to yourself, health. How many different avenues can I go on under health? Or wealth? How many different avenues can I go on? And so on. Same with happiness when it comes to psychology, mental health, and so on. And also, I'm going to be giving you a list of over 100 plus profitable niches, plus over 160 example channels in a ton of these different niches. And these are niche channels as well. So channels that don't even show their face or get in front of a camera or anything like that. I'm going to be giving that to you in these next lessons right here. So you're going to get a ton of value from this list. I hope you got a ton of value from this lesson right here. And I'll see you in the next lesson.